Radio Lewis. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello, you're listening to Radio Lewis for the Music Matters. My name's Steve Brooks, and this is Vapour Trails.
I never knew the old Vienna before the war with its Strauss music, its glamour and easy charm. Constantinople suited me better. I really got to know it in the classic period of the black market. We'd run anything if people wanted it enough and had the money to pay. Of course, a situation like that does tempt amateurs, but, well, they can't stay the course like a professional. Now, the city, it's divided into 4 zones, each occupied by a power, the American, the British, the Russian, and the French. But the center of the city, that's international, policed by an international patrol, one member of each of the 4 powers. Wonderful. What a hope they had, all strangers to the place, and none of them could speak the same language, except a sort of smattering of German. Good fellows on the whole, did their best, Vienna doesn't really look any worse than a lot of other European cities. Bombed about a bit. Oh, I was going to tell you about Holly Martins, an American, came all the way here to visit a friend of his. The name was Lime, Harry Lime. Now, Martins was broke, and Lime had offered him some sort of a job. Anyway, there he was, poor chap. Happy as a lark and without a cent.
Passport, please.
Oh.
What's the purpose of your visit here?
A friend of mine offered me a job here.
Where are you staying?
With him. 15 Stiftgasse.
His name?
Lime, Harry Lime.
Okay.
Thought he'd be here to meet me.
What a brilliant way to start the show. I think I might just stop there, eh? Yes, I declare. Like they do in the cricket. Yes, where's me cucumber sandwiches and tea? What? I've got to carry on. Oh, okay, never mind. Right, welcome to Vapour Trails, episode 135. Yes, I know, ploughing onwards, aren't we? So yes, that was Anton Karas, and the main title from the film The Third Man, and also includes the narration from the film there, where Holly Martins arrives in Vienna to see his friend, a fellow called Lime, as Trevor Howard would say. So yes, that's the fruit link, Harry Lime. I'm actually recording this a few days early, as I'm away at the moment. Hurrah, basking in the tropical sun of Bexhill. Anyway, next up, especially for Caroline Mersey, this is Tori Amos and Raspberry Swirl. off the 1998 album From the Choir Girl Hotel. That was Tori Amos and Raspberry Swirl, and that was a choice of Caroline Mersey, so thank you, Caroline. Yes, seeing the title written down, all I can think of is like a raspberry swirl mousse from when I was a kid, although listening to the lyrics there, I think I've got the wrong end of the stick. Anyways, next up, specially for this week's birthday boy Alan Walker, this is UB40 and their version of Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit.
Tree bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaf and blood at the root, black body swinging in the sun on the breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree, pastoral scene of the garden side, bulging eye and the twisted mind, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh, and the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to wither, for the wind to sow, for the sun to up, for the trees to dry. There is a strange bit of twilight, it's there. Twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh, and the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit for the crows to blow, for the rain to wither, for the wind to sow, for the sun to rise, for the trees to die. Resistance, beat it cry, it's there.
means that I mourn her death as our limbs are twisting in her bedroom. Lies, 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 lies in her eyes. Lies, 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 lies in her eyes. She tells me to close and count to 10 as she wanders freely through the forest. Can I close and open once again? A question that I seek for reassurance. Lies, 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 lies in her eyes. Lies, 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 lies in her eyes. Hound dogs crowing at the stars above. Pigeons fall like snowflakes at the border. She kneels down and holds the frozen dove. The moon drips like water from her shoulder. Flies, 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 flies from her eyes. Flies, 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 flies from her eyes. Orange is the color of my love. Fragile orange wind in the garden. Fragile means that I can hear her flesh crying little rivers in her forearm. Fragile is that I mourn her death as our limbs are twisting in her bedroom.
Stranger fruit, how it grows and grows. We all saw the shoot, but we tend to the rose. Stranger fruit is the plant of the well. Flesh so bitter it pick itself. Stranger fruit will throw back a name call from ground to the root. This tree won't fall. Stranger fruit got holes in the flesh, but it ain't gonna spoil 'cause it never was fresh.
Oh, interesting little bunch there, wasn't there? So we started off with UB40 and Strange Fruit from their debut album Signing Off, and that was a choice of Alan Walker, so cheers Al. And that was followed by Big Thief from Brooklyn and their track Orange from their 2019 album UFOF. Yes, I've no idea what that means either. And that was the choice of fellow Radio Lewis DJ Lizzie, who has recently put out her second untitled soundtrack show on Sci-Fi, which is very, very good indeed and well worth a listen. And that was followed by Zeal and Ardor, who apparently are a Swiss avant-garde metal band. Eh? God, I tell you, we do culture in this show. And yes, that was Stranger Fruit from the self-same titled album of 2018, and that was the choice of Kate Towner. So thank you, Kate. Right then, next up, for all you Eskimos, this is a choice of Gemma South, and this is The Mission, Grapes of Wrath.
The sweat upon his brow and the dirt worked into his hands. The dignity of labor upon a man's own land. The soil of his fathers passed on down through blood to hand. A man's right of birth to reap the harvest from his land. The breaking of his back to keep his dream alive, to work the change of seasons, his instinct to survive. Of his seed and to see his harvest grow gives a pride to a man to reap the harvest that he sows. The land of the free, home of the brave, the and blood. And along come the winds, they blow through the land with a price to pay for the working man. Money talks and changes hands, and money reaps the harvest. Money demands the grapes of wrath. Take away his freedom. They can beat him into the dust. They can burn his home, run him from his land, and leave him out to gather rust. But they can take away his faith and his honesty and pride and the knowledge he holds inside. One day they'll reap the harvest, the grapes of wrath. There's hope in a man that nothing can destroy. A man will endure anything for the dream.
What have you got to say for yourself now, baby? Now that I am leaving you, what have you got to lose? The truth you tried to keep from me, well, it nearly drove me crazy. I have grown weary from sleepless nights of you. Is that a broken heart in the corner of your eye? Something to remind you. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. There are those who can't love right, I just can't love wrong. When you're lonely in the night, how I hope you will recall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. No, I will not forgive you for betraying trust between us. Though I will always care for you, I've loved you half my life. And when I give my heart again, I know that I'll remember. Love is but a fragile flame and trust just fuels the fire. When I think of all the years your love has taken from me, I can't believe I'm leaving you. Love a teardrop waiting to fall. There are those who can't love right, I just can't love wrong. When you're lonely in the night, how I hope you will recall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. There are those who can't love right, I just can't love wrong. When you're lonely in the night, how I hope you will recall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall. You made this love a teardrop waiting to fall.
Oh, bless her. That from 1989 was Nancy Griffiths, who sadly died on Friday. And that was You Made This Love a Teardrop from the album Storms, which was one of the first things I ever heard by her, because I just joined R Price, I think, at the time. And the assistant manager, John, was a huge fan. And really got me into Nancy Griffiths. So, yeah, very sad indeed. She was only 68, but left behind an incredible body of work. Oh, hang on. My phone's just pinged. What's that? Oh, sorry, just a father-in-law. Yes, what I was going to say, yes. And before that was The Mission and Grapes of Wrath, although I sometimes pronounce that Roth. Grapes of Wrath. Yes, Tim Roth. Yes, he's a bit leery if you take his grapes, I tell you. And yes, that was a choice of Gemma Self, so thank you, Gemma. Okay, taking us up to the break is one from 1969, and this is the choice of Scott O'Brien, and this is Silver Apples and Ruby.
Ruby,
G. It's Vapour Trails on Radio Lewis.
I bet you're wondering how I knew of your plans to make me blue with some other guy you knew before. Between the two of us guys, you know I love you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I heard through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. Oh, I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, well, grapevine, not much longer would you be mine, baby. I know a man ain't supposed to cry, but these tears I can't hold inside. Losing you would end my life, you see. 'Cause you mean that much to me. You could have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, well, not much longer would you be mine, baby. People say believe half of what you see, son, and none of what you hear. But I can't help being confused. If it's true, please tell me, dear. Do you plan to let me go for the other guy you love before? Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine, baby. I heard it through the grapevine. Ooh, I'm just about to lose my mind, honey, honey, yeah. Grapevine, not much longer would you be mine, baby. Yeah, yeah. Honey, honey, I know grapevine, not much longer that you let me go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said I heard it through the grapevine. Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine.
Just brilliant. The incomparable Marvin Gaye, and I heard it through the grapevine from 1968, and that was a choice of Melody Westcott, so thank you, Melody. And then before that was Silver Apples and Ruby from the 1969 album Contact. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I was like, that was kind of on that little bit side of weird, I'd say, and yes, brilliant. And that was my bandmate from the Dead Sea Scouts, Scott O'Brien's choice, so cheers, Scott. Okay, next up, especially for Ronnie Williams, we're going back to 1977. So we're going back. We should put in 1968. What am I talking about? I don't know. Oh, perhaps I need a coffee. I don't know. Anyway, from 1977, this is the Brothers Johnson and Strawberry Letter 23.
Hello, my love, I heard a kiss from you. Red magic satin playing near too. All through the morning rain I gave, the sun doesn't shine. Rainbows and waterfalls run through my mind. paint can do. The playgrounds will laugh if you try to ask, or is it cool? Is it cool? If you arrive and don't see me, I'm gonna be with my baby. I'm free. Fly girl over the sea. Stained window, yellow candy screen. See speakers of kites with velvet roses, big and freedom fly. A present from you, strawberry letter 22. The music plays are set in for you. I set in for a few.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Yes, the Brothers Johnson and Strawberry Letter 23 from 1977. And if you're thinking, I've heard that somewhere before, that's actually been sampled in no less than 91 songs, according to the website whosampledwho.com. Other websites about all kinds of things are available. And that was a choice of Ronnie Williams. So thank you very much, Ronnie. That was brilliant. Okay, I know what you're thinking. What's spikier? Porcupine or pineapple?
Porcupine or pineapple? Porcupine or pineapple? Porcupine or pineapple? Ouch! Who won the war? Who won the war? Who won the war? Was it worth fighting for? Who won the war? Who won the war? Who won the war? What the fuck was it for? Porcupine or pineapple? Porcupine or pineapple? Porcupine or pineapple? Spiky, spiky! Who won the war? Who won the war? Who won the war? What the war fighting for? Who won the war? Who pineapple. A porcupine or pineapple. Yeah, a porcupine or pineapple. Ouch!
Okay, no conclusive result there, but I call it a draw, shall we? But ouchie, ouchie, all the same. Yes, that was the phenomenal Breaks, or Breaks, as they're known in the States, and that was Porcupine or Pineapple, and that was the choice of Susie Flinders Beattie, contributing to the Vapour Trails swear jar, and also to the royalties for her husband Mark, who plays bass in Breaks. So cheers, Susie. Okay, next up, what have we got? Oh yeah, for Eva Thompson, here's Led Zeppelin and Tangerine.
Measuring the summer's day, I only find it slips away to grey. The hours they bring me pain. Tangerine, tangerine, living reflections from a dream. I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between. Thinking how it used to be. Does she still remember times like these? To think of us again, and I do. Tangerine, tangerine, is but a fruit tree, so very unsound, it can never flourish till its stalk is in the ground. So men of fame can never find a way till time has flown far from their dying day. Forgotten while a year, remembered for a while, a much updated ruin from a much outdated style. Life is but a memory, happened long ago, theatre full of sadness for a long forgotten show. Seems so easy just to let it go on by, till you stop and wonder why you never wondered why. Safe in the womb of an everlasting night, you find the darkness can give the brightest light. Safe in your place deep in the earth, that's when they'll know what you really want. Forgotten while you're here, remembered for a while, a much updated ruin from a much outdated style. Fame is but a fruit tree, so very unsound, it can never flourish till its stalk is in the ground. So men of fame can never find a way till time has flown far from their dying day. Fruit tree, no one knows you but the rain in the air. Don't you worry, they'll stand and stare when you're gone. Fruit tree, open your eyes to another year. They'll all know that you were here when you're gone.
3 in a row there. So first you heard Led Zeppelin from Led Zeppelin 3 and Tangerine, and that was a choice of Eva Thompson, so thank you, Eva. And that was followed by My Bloody Valentine from 1987 and Strawberry Wine, which was the choice of me old conspirators buddy Steve Dad, and I hope you're keeping well, Steve. And that was followed by Nick Drake and Fruit Tree, which was from the 1969 album 5 Leaves Left, and that was a choice of Claire Esteret, so thank you, Claire. Okay, we've got a couple more to go. Next up, the Ali B moment, Chicks on Speed featuring Peaches, and We Don't Play Guitars.
We always thought that we were not a rock and roll band, but it sure feels like rock and roll over here tonight.
We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars.
Said, can you play guitars? We go shopping in the supermarket, but we don't play guitars. We shop more than other people. We don't play guitars. Can you play guitar? I said, can you play guitar? We're standing in Toby's studio, but we don't play guitars. Neither does Kiki or Melissa. No, we don't play guitars. We like to use gaffer tape, but we don't play guitars. Give us your gaffer tape, but we don't want your guitars.
We don't play guitars. We don't play
No,
guitars.
we don't play guitars.
We don't play guitars.
You may not play guitar, but I do. You know, maybe COS don't play guitars, but PEACHES plays guitar. Well, you may not play guitar, but I play guitar. And I love it.
We like using gaffer tape, but we don't play guitars. Give us your gaffer tape, 'cause we don't play guitars. Can you play guitar? We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars. We don't play guitars.
We don't play guitars.
We don't play guitars.
No, we don't play guitars. No, we don't play guitars.
We don't play guitars.
Oh, what a corker. Chicks on Speed featuring Peaches and We Don't Play Guitars from 2003's 99 Cents. And that was a choice of Ali B. So thank you, Ali B. Okay, we've got one more song to go, so it just gives me time to say thank you to the sharers and carers as always. And thank you to everyone that's requested on the last three shows of this theme of fruit. And yes, we're going to leave it there for a little while. Might come back to it another time. You never know. But I think for Vapour Trails 137, so that'd be in 2 weeks' time, let's go with vegetables. We've done fruit, let's do veg. Fair enough. Next week's show is actually a special guest, Tony Keen's popping in again, and Tony will be talking about the Beatles album Revolver, which is adds up on his fingers. It's the same age as me, 55 this year, and that promises to be a very special show indeed. Tony always pulls a surprise out of his gander bag. And it's surprising there's room for it in the studio, to be honest. But there you go. Okay, keeping with Tony's Beatles show coming up in mind, and also the fact we're just finishing off the fruit theme, I thought I'd finish with this song. So, from the Apple label, see what I did there? And from 1969, this is Badfinger and Come and Get It. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Ta-ra.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it anytime, I can give it. But you better hurry, 'cause it may not last. Did I hear you say that there must be a catch?
Okay, that was the last song. You can fast forward and turn over the tape now.
Radio Lewis. Local community webcasting.